What's up, y'all? Straight to the point. I'm back. Um, Please hit that like when you come in here, man. We got to talk about this right now as we speak, man. Oh man, this is some devastating news, man. Whew. Right. Before I get this, before I get this video started, man. I appreciate y'all being in here. Child Church, I see you in the building. Ashley, sweetie, what's going on, sweetie? I see you in the building. Um, I want to give a shout out to the brother Cypress TV. If you're not sub to Cypress TV, definitely go sub to Cypress TV. His channel definitely is popping right now, and definitely got good content going over there. And one of the 10 toes down supporters over here, straight to the point too as well. All right, and as you know, he's a Spurs fan, and um, he had put me on this right here and let me know this, and that is according to Shams Charania, um, Spurs big man, my personal favorite center, Victor Wembanyama, will miss the rest of the remainder of the season due to it's a essentially it's a blood clot in his shoulder, but it's called vein thrombosis. Okay, thrombosis, and it's in his right shoulder. And for those of y'all that that don't have knowledge of that, for those of y'all that don't have knowledge of that, that basically is what was the same condition that Brandon Ingram had suffered from. Okay, that's what caused Brandon Ingram. I think it was in the 2019 season. Uh, that was the same type of situation that Brandon Ingram have. As you know, Brandon Ingram, he plays for the Toronto Raptors right now. If you're just coming in, please hit that like when you come in here. Please hit the like when you come in here. All right. According to Shams Charania, Victor Wembanyama is going to be out for the remainder of the season. Now, this is the question here: will he be there? And will he be back in time? You know, if the Spurs just somehow, some way, happen to make it to either the play-in or maybe the playoffs. Okay, and listen, I was just talking about the Spurs this morning. Okay, actually, I was just talking about the Spurs this morning, and I also told Cypress yesterday. And the reason why I was talking about the Spurs is because I was on Chilltown, brother Chilltown's on his live. Shout out to Chilltown Hoops. I was on his live yesterday, and he was mentioning some of the teams that had a possibility of making a push, and I had named the Spurs as one of those teams simply because of the not only the depth that they have in terms of their athleticism, their explosive guards that they have, and the youth that they have, but also the addition of De'Aaron Fox. And I felt like the Spurs were going to make a push. I felt like him and Wembanyama, they go good together. As you know, De'Aaron Fox, he wanted to play alongside Victor Wembanyama. Well, it doesn't look like they're going to make that push now. Could they possibly make some sort of run happen? We don't know. We don't know. It looks like they have the personnel to try to at least remain competitive and everything. But you need Victor Wembanyama. See, a lot of y'all don't know what Victor Wembanyama brings to the table. This is huge right here. Okay, this is huge, especially for the season. The Spurs were supposed to be better this season, and they were actually supposed to at least get over that hump of possibly making the play-in and maybe even the playoffs. I had the Spurs actually making the play-in and possibly the play. Earlier in the season, I thought that they were going to make the playoffs. However, this doesn't look good. Victor Wembanyama, as you know, he's I think he's averaging, I want to say, a little over 20, probably at about 22 points. He's averaging maybe 10 or 11 rebounds, and I know he's leading the league in blocks too as well for the second consecutive season. And on top of that, I think he's shooting like 35% from 3 point range, which is one of the things that a lot of people have been critical about when it comes to Victor Wembanyama is him, stepping out shooting the three for his size and everything. However, this is devastating news, man. I know a lot of the Spurs fans. I know the Brother Cypress TV, man. Everybody's bummed out because I was looking for the Spurs to be in there. To be honest with you, I want to see Victor Wembanyama in the playoffs, man. I want to see Victor Wembanyama. I want him to get that taste of what it's like for playoff intensity, because if you go early, especially like in your sophomore season, that can actually benefit you a lot. Um, like I said, man, if you're just coming in, Victor Wembanyama will be missing the remainder of the season due to vein thrombosis, which pretty much is a blood clot in his shoulder. Okay, and like I said, if you don't have what's up with it, Ted? I see you in here, man. Good to see you, bro. Um, if you don't have any knowledge or any understanding of this, Brandon Ingram had the same type of condition, and that happened in 2018, 2019. Okay, this is all according to Sham Sharania. Look, man, I still have the belief that the Spurs are going to be somewhat competitive or whatnot. This is a this is a next man up league. Okay, now of course everybody they think about the situation that happened with Ja plenty of times. Okay, and that's what a lot of people have been talking about. When Ja, when he goes out, will the team still be able to sustain, the competitiveness and still be able to win without him? Well, you know that without Ja, they were able to still be competitive. They were beating teams. They beat a team like by 60, 70 points at one time, and they went on a big streak without Ja Morant. That's why there have been rumblings and rumors until the GM had came out and ultimately dispelled the narrative that Ja will be moved after the season or whatnot. But a lot of people felt like, okay, we can still be competitive. I'm gonna be honest with you. I do like that. You said the Spurs have a good coaching staff. I think Pop will retire after the season, health and age. Maybe so. We'll have to take a look at that. But you brought up a good point, Ted. You said that the Spurs have a good coaching staff. They have a good coaching staff. They have a good culture. However, Wimby is that guy, man. Okay, Wimby is that guy. He's the anchor on defense. See, a lot of people that criticize Wimby. Angelo Bell, what's up with it, man? Hope you're doing all right, man. Listen, a lot of people criticize Wimby. See, it's funny, this is a big blow, okay? But see, when Wimby's out there, y'all have all this stuff to say. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about, anybody up in here, but I'm talking about these naysayers of Wimby. When he's on the court, you say he shoots too many threes and he's too finesse and he's too soft and he needs to be bigger, or he needs to play more like Shaquille O'Neal, or he needs to play, be a just a dominant force, or he's no Wilt Chamberlain and he's not this and he's not that. However, you take Wemby away from that team, now we're going to see all the stuff that people were saying how the Spurs are truly going to be, because like I've said before, I'm going to be real with you. I don't look at Wemby for his offense, okay? That's like that's Wemby, yes, he can do everything offensively. I respect this young man for the defense that he plays. That's what I like. Okay, John Morant has dunked on him. Okay, a couple players have dunked on him. Okay, what I missed, my son told me. Yeah, well, if you're just coming in, like I said, it should be on the title. Wemby is going to be out for the remainder of the season. He's going to be out for the remainder of the season due to a vein thrombosis. I'm sorry about that. Vein thrombosis, and that pretty much is a blood clot. That's the same condition that Brandon Ingram had, and that's something that you don't play with. When it comes to blood clots and anything, because that's life threatening. When I think of blood clots, I think about Chris Bosh. You know what I'm saying? Especially when of course, that had to do with the lungs and everything. But yes, Victor Wembanyama will miss the remainder of the season. Um, Now, what I was just talking about is what's at stakes for the Spurs. Okay, who will fill the void? For Wemby. Wemby, you're losing debt in terms of your defense. Rim protection, rebounding. You know what I'm saying, and you're missing the bulk of your scoring. I mean, let's not act like Wemby can't put up big numbers. I mean, Wemby, this is a guy that was, he put up 50 against, the Wizards. So Wemby can score too. You know what I'm saying? But he does so many things, especially at his size. But that's pretty much your franchise player right there. However, let's just hope that Wemby can make it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's just hope that he can make it in time enough if they happen to do make it, into the play-in. But in all likelihood, the Spurs are most likely going to have to shut it down if they're if they're not successful uh, going forward with Wemby, which I highly doubt. I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, like I said, I will come on here. I will come on here, and I will basically say that I was wrong about Wemby and the Spurs. Now, the other guys are going to have to step up. I think about Vassell. I think about Castle. Okay, and it's crazy. I was just talking about the Spurs this morning. I was just talking about the Spurs this morning. I was just talking about it, man. You know, and the Spurs were a team that I really wanted to see progress and do the unthinkable. Now, this possibly gives some other teams a chance to make a push. We already know that Golden State, they're likely to make their push. Okay. I don't know about Sacramento. I don't know about some of these other teams in the West. But we'll have to see going forward what takes place. Um, and let's just here's another thing too. This is another thing that I gotta focus on too, right? You say you like Wemby. Yeah, I mean Wemby. You said first AD, now Wemby. Well, what's up with it, David Joseph? Well, the thing about it is with AD, that's not the remainder of the season, though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some people might say that it is, but Dallas Mavericks, they still. I feel like the Mavericks have more of a chance than possibly the Spurs because you still got that Kyrie or whatever. Wemby was their main guy. I mean, you got De'Aaron Fox, so let's see how De'Aaron Fox can do. I mean, of course now, and that's another thing I forgot. You got De'Aaron Fox there too, so now De'Aaron Fox he's got full control of everything now. You know what I'm saying? But yes, it is. I mean, it's sad, but I'm glad that they caught it, man. Listen, I got two family members that experienced blood clots, man, and they caught it early. It's not something that blood clots, things like that Wimby wasn't flying or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because if you fly, that has an effect on it too or whatever. So let's just be glad that they found it early. You said both up in age. Yeah, I think it's a good time to retire. The Queen, the beautiful Queen, in the building. GG Chillin 72. Make sure y'all go sub to GG Chillin 702 over there at the Hush Room Quiet Time Podcast. Man, definitely go down over there. Um, you said overhead podcast. Oh yeah, man. Shout out to T Price and shout out to what he's doing over there. But if you're just coming in, GG Wimby, he's gonna be out for the remainder of the season. Wimby's been having a great season. He had his first All Star game, in which I like the way he played in that All Star game and everything. But he's going to be missing the remainder of the season due to vein thrombosis, which is essentially blood clot. Um, yeah, he's out for the remainder of the season. Yeah, um, and now will he be back in time for the play-in or playoffs if they happen to make it? Maybe so. You said my sister on the line from blood clot after giving birth to. Yeah, man. I'm sorry to hear that, and condolences. Yeah, I reported that earlier about Portis too, for violating the um, anti drug policy and everything. Yeah, man, Bobby Portis, and that's a big blow too to the Bucks. But I'm sorry to hear that, David Joseph. Yeah, man. Like I said, it's happened in my family. And listen, I'm not glad that I want to make this clear too. I'm not happy that Wimby is missing time. I'm not happy that he's gonna be out for the season and no shit like that. Of course not. I'm happy because this is life threatening. You know what I'm saying? This can take you out. When you think about Chris Bosh, I think about that. I think about the blood clot that Chris Bosh had. There's been a couple of other people that have. I can't think right off the top of my head, but there have been other players that have experienced the same thing, and I know it was near and dear to me because I had family members that had the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad that they caught it. That's the main thing. That's the main thing. Because what's more important? I mean, you hear like LeBron James, well, I mean, it's just basketball. Now, in this case, like when we talk about a blood clot or when we talk about something like that, yes, it is just basketball. This is your life. What's going on, Kate Dizzle? I see you in the building. You said, right, it is super serious basketball secondary to your life. And listen, Kate Dizzle, I'm glad you're being a little. I'm glad you're being a little bit empathetic, man, because you've been kind of hard on Wimby, man. You know what I'm saying? Kate Dizzle, he's been really hard on Wimby, man. I mean, this guy don't give Wimby no break, man. But Kate Dizzle, man, Wimby is probably listening to you. You said didn't? Yeah, yeah. Well, that was a kidney. That had to do with his kidney or whatnot. But it was still life threatening. It was still life threatening. But no, I'm messing with Kate Dizzle. But nah, man, if you just coming in, man, Wimby's out for the season, and it, you know, it, it had to do with the same type of condition that Brandon Ingram had back in 2018, 2018 and 19. He had the same situation that happened to him too. But like I said, I'm just glad that they caught it early because we don't. Man, I hate to see things like that. Different life threatening stuff that messes with the players. It impedes a player's ability to truly perform. Like I hate what happened to Sean Elliott. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like what happened to Alonzo Mourning. You know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to like a car accident. You know what I'm saying, that took out Malik Sealy and Bobby Fields and Drazan Petrovic. No, them. Hold on one second, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. I had a call. Sorry about that. You said people went to see guys like Wemby and AD in the paint, but they are both too slim for that. 10 to 20 pounds might work for them eventually. I'm gonna get back to that in just a second. You said Bobby Fields, my Southern University Jaguars. He had the potential to be great. Car wreck took him. Yeah, exactly. It was Bobby Fields and Malik Sealy. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, lost a lot. You said Jason Williams, motorcycle accident, messed his career up too. Yeah, man. And yeah, man, this has been a lot of stuff, man. To some of these players that I hate that happen, because of unfortunate situations. And in a situation like this, life comes first. It's just like with LeVar Ball, man. Like I want to talk about that for a second, and I'm pretty sure David Joseph and K Dizzle can relate to this. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you got kids and you a man of the house and you the head of the household, man. I think it's disgusting what they how they're treating the LeVar Ball situation. This is the guy that had his foot amputated, but yet and still they want to bring up, you know, about him saying outlandish things about, being critical of, him being unfortunately forced out, by the mainstream media, aka Molly, and not giving this guy credit for the things that he did, okay, and ultimately actually stealing from him too, because just like the NBA, they stole from the big three. They stole a lot of LeVar Ball's concept too, and actually, what he did was working. The way that he marketed things, the way that he was marketing his brand and stuff like that. The NBA didn't like that, especially when you had a black man that was doing it. You said I remember Bobby Fields. Yeah, Bobby Fields was a man. He was a bona fide hooper. Him and Malik Sealy, man. Yeah, yeah, man. Look, bro. Because I'm a father myself, man. You know what I'm saying, and I love what LeVar Ball does. You know what I'm saying. I mean, see, that's that's what they don't want to celebrate. They don't want to celebrate a black man being there for his kids, being present in the household, um, you know, being able to not only protect but also provide, and at the same time being able to set them up for years and years to come in terms of generational wealth, and being able to have a business, make entrepreneurs at the end of the day, because that's what you want them to do. You want them to carry on the torch. You don't want to just be raising kids just to be raising them and everything. You have to salute LeBron. He made two and a half of his sons a millionaire. The big picture, generational. Yeah, but see, the thing about that, they don't see the big picture in that. See, some of the things that he says crazy, yeah, but It's entertainment. We know damn well that LeVar Ball ain't gonna beat no Jordan. Okay, we know good and damn well LeVar Ball is not better than Michael Jordan, and he's not better than Magic Johnson. He ain't better than Jason Kidd and none of that other stuff. However, it got you looking. Okay, it got you looking. However, check this out. It was good enough for Lonzo Ball to be drafted by the Lakers, to have Isaiah Thomas, my starting point guard of all time, come to your back door. No shade to Magic Johnson, phenomenal. It worked. It was good enough for you to be a regular on First Take up until Molly started feeling all quote unquote uncomfortable, in which I done seen way more other guy do way worse stuff on TV, saying stuff to Molly than LeVar Ball had said or whatever. You know, for you to get on Colin Cowherd, and like he told old girl, I forgot her name. I can't think of her name right now, but he said for old girl to to stay in her lane. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the real. You need to stay in your lane. That's what. See, the media gets so sensitive. Y'all want to sit up here and y'all get mad when somebody tells you the truth or somebody is brutally honest, and that's who LeVar Ball is. But y'all get to say everything that y'all want to about LeVar Ball. Y'all try to destroy this guy's image. You try to sit up there, even with the whole situation that happened with LiAngelo Ball and the whole, him stealing, some glasses, some Prada glasses and all that. They even tried to do that, trying to destroy LiAngelo Ball. But guess what? LiAngelo Ball, he played the long game, had a and they still try to hate him. They still tried to sit up there and say that his performance wasn't that good at the All-Star game. Hey, he performed, and on top of that, he getting the bag. You said, "Shit, I hope all four of my make the NFL or MLB." Listen, I'm gonna tell you like this, Angela Bell. Don't just hope that though, okay? Don't just hope that. Just hope that they're gonna be successful in anything that they do. Sports sports may not be their calling, okay? And I know you probably don't want to hear that. A lot of parents don't want to hear that. If my son comes and tells me, "Hey, Dad, I don't want to play basketball," or they say, "Hey, your son is not good enough for the NBA, NFL, MLB, or whatever," we'll work, and then he still wants to go. We'll work, and well, he'll work his ass off. I'll do everything that I can to put him in position so he can work his ass off and everything. But if he doesn't make it, I'm fine with him as long as he's being successful. No, hope that your son is not in jail or in drugs. Hope that your son is not a statistic. Hope that your son is not out here. You know what I'm saying? Beating and abusing women and doing all this other stupid stuff to women or whatever. Hope that your son is not out here causing chaos. Hope that your son is not, wanting to be another guy that's in the system. Hope that your son is not homeless. Hope that your son, steps up to the plate if he happens to have a family or if he happens to have kids. Not to say that he has to be married or anything, but takes care of his obligation and responsibility instead of being a Jody. You know, just hope that, because listen, NBA is not easy to make. MLB not easy to make. It's not. You know what I'm saying? But the the thing about it that we have to understand is that when there's a will, there's a way. But like I said, just hope that your son is just successful in something, whether it's him, being in any other field. Hell, if he's successful being a damn archaeologist. You know what I'm saying? At least he's doing something positive and productive. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these guys that go to the NFL and the NFL and NBA and professional sports and stuff, a lot of them aren't even happy doing what they're doing. A lot of them, you see it too. You see it nowadays too. Look at Zion. He don't want to play no basketball. He want to sit his ass on the bench and stuff like that. That's because they he probably had a lot of people pumping him up, saying, "Hey, yeah, you good, you good, you can do this, you can make millions of dollars and stuff like that." He got his money. He lazy as fuck, and they'll tell you, you know, while they're playing video games, they were like, "Well, I really didn't want to do this. It was just that I was taller and bigger than everybody, and they tried to do this so that I could get a paycheck and for their benefit and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Nah, don't do that. Because that's how some of these athletes they become depressed and all this stuff that happens. You said some pro athletes have ended up unfortunately becoming a part of that prison system. Yeah, exactly. For the stupid stuff that they did, and they still human beings at the end of the day. But man, I didn't mean to get all off traffic. I said traffic. All off subject and everything. Um, but you know, at the end of the day, man, going back to Wemby, I hope that he has a good recovery, man, and he'll come back even stronger. If they don't make the playoffs or the play in or whatnot, we'll look forward to seeing him, next season. And I'm pretty sure he's gonna unleash even on next season because he's gonna be an all star. He's gonna be a perennial all star without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? It's just sad that he's just coming off of his first all star. It's sad that he was looking to break out and play his first NBA playoffs, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get up out of here, y'all. Be sure to hit that like button. Make sure you sub to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit the notifications too. It's straight to the point, sports and entertainment. Shouts out to the whole entire Lions Den basketball boxing community. Till then, man, I'm gone.